Good morning, sunshines. Thanks for coming by No Strings Attached Ministry. Hey, today I wanted to show you a drive of Kentucky. It's pretty interesting, actually. These little, up in the hills of Kentucky, used to be little, basically cow trails. That turned into roads, and they would zigzag back and forth and just be totally crazy on their drives. Then as a young boy, I learned a very valuable lesson. Now it says in the Bible that God can move mountains for you, and actually you could, just with a little bit of faith. That one day you could actually even tell the tree in the mountain to go jump in the river and it'd follow you. Well, it's pretty much what they've done here. And as a young boy, even though it was a lot of sweat and blood and a lot of hard work for a lot of men and women probably, but I watched them tackle their mountain and literally blow the mountain down and move that mountain and took charge and took over that mountain and totally widened it enough to where they could put basically a 6-lane highway all the way through here. It's 4 lanes with 2 lanes intermediate, so it's about 6 lanes. Probably even go to 8 lanes if I ever had to. But we're talking in a little town, going through these little towns in Kentucky. Unfortunately, when they did that, it did a lot of damage to a lot of the original little towns because it bypassed them. And just like Route 66, when that happens, it just destroys, the economies in those little areas, microeconomies they call them. But progress moves on, I guess, right? But you see how they cut these mountains down on the sides? It would take me, for the last 5 minutes of driving here, on the old roads, it would take you 45 minutes to an hour to get the same position. So it really makes a major difference on what they did. All the mountains ahead of you, the big mountain ahead of you there, is where I lost my aunt. She died in a car accident on one of those roads and tumbled down and landed on the railroad tracks. And her and her car, her boyfriend, and was hit by a train. But that shows you just how tough these mountains can be. They can really bring it up. The river that we're getting ready to cross, this is Dwell, Kentucky, and the river that we're getting ready to cross is the famous bus wreck. I believe it was back in like '56. It was the original one. It was they lost like 50 kids or something like that. But this was the river, that it went into. Just basically that same road that we just passed at the red light. If you went up that road about 2 miles is where the bus actually went in. Luckily, my mother was riding that bus and she just happened to miss that bus that day. So I think about that a lot, but I just praise God that He kept her on the other side of the swinging bridge, and she missed the bus. But it definitely changed a lot of people. Now, just over this little hill right here is where my mother's home place was. Just right down over this way, a little town called Dwell. But all these mountains here would took you hours to cross, and to be able to get from one area to another, it was almost like a 2-hour drive at one time from where my one grandmother lived all the way to a little town called Prestonsburg. It was just a windy little road. It would take half a day just to get to Hazard, and we're going to be in Hazard in less than 30 minutes. So it shows you how much the mountains really did change. So I figured I would just bring you along early this morning, let you just get a glance of the drive through these mountains are just so beautiful, but they have a lot of hardship for a lot of people around here. I mean, this is the coal mines, so all the coal mines all went away, so the jobs are all went away, and yeah, you've got car lots and things like that, but all this stuff has just popped up, and honestly, about 6 months or so, it'll all be gone, because that's just the way it is here. Nothing lasts. All the little businesses that I know of, except just a handful, is actually original from just the last time I was here, let alone from when I grew up. But and I haven't even ventured into the foothills. Now that's the road here that goes over to Jenny Wiley Lake, and then it goes the other direction that way. It goes to Hazard, Kentucky. And yes, I was supposed to take that route, but I missed it. Talking to you, I just missed it. So, we're going to have to do a U-turn here somewhere and get back on that road. But anyway, I just wanted to bring you along, let you see a little bit about where I live, where I came from. This is Route 80. We're getting on Route 80 right now, and that's heading towards Hazard, Kentucky. I know of a little road here that's the original road, the kind of roads that it really was. You know, the ones that you can see your tail when you go around the corner and read your own license plate. I'm going to go down here. It'll take us a little bit. Might even have to make that like an extra trip. It's hard for me to get Wi-Fi around here where I'm at, so I can't really make long videos for you. But this next little road is one of the original roads, and I'm going to show you just how crazy it is. So first we're going to go in here. Hopefully they haven't done too much change to the lake road going around Jenny Riley. But this is the Route 23 that we were on, is the country highway, the country singer highway. We had so many national country singers, professional and real famous country singers, all born up in and down this little strip of road. And I went to school with 3 of them, so yeah, you get to know them very well. This little town is very, very popular. A lot of singing talent pours out of these mountains in Kentucky. You're like right here in the Bible Belt, buddy. You can't get any tighter than this one. But yeah, so they even widened this road here a little bit, so it's just really, it's sad when you see, it sort of took the nostalgia away from the area really in its own right. But before they did that, literally when you crossed over in the mountains over here to get into this area, you were like going back in time. I mean, I remember in the 70s we crossed over, it's like going back in the 40s and 50s. The old cars, I mean, it's just amazing. And I was telling someone about that not too long ago as I was driving into this area from Louisville, and was coming down and starting down into the mountains here. I saw 2 57 Chevys. One went one way and one went the other way. I just started cracking up. I mean, it just busted my gut, to see the old cars. And yes, I see still a lot of old cars in here, so there's quite a bit, but it doesn't feel like you're going back in the 60s and 50s anymore. But probably in the 70s and 80s though. But I'm just leaving my mother's house. Everything is going good there. I would have stayed, but they canceled the family reunion anyway, and they're not even going to stay up here. That's why they were staying up so late this year, and I didn't even consider even going to the reunion because I know I couldn't, but I had no problem with that, and. But then when I was here, Dad, I was heading to see Mom. Right as I was pulling in town is when I found out that they had canceled that. And it was heartbreaking, to see, because I know they're all these people are getting up in the years. And, we hate to see that, but we had 2 deaths in the family, cousins. Extended cousins that had passed away, and they were real big in organizing the event. So they just decided to cancel it, right? But I can understand it's hard, but honestly, that's when I think when they need more of them, is because our older people will soon be gone. Love to spend as much time as we can with them and talk to them and get their stories, and because when you go to these things, they tell you some old, all the old wise tales and the old traditions and all kinds of stuff. The information you can get out of them is just literally gold. But this is the road going up and over into Jennywater Lake. This is the big hangout for the area. The summertime for the kids and the playtime. There's this big lake up here, so it's pretty amazing. And it was a very beautiful lake. A lot of good times, a lot of tragedies I've seen here at this lake. So I've seen some of the biggest houseboats I think I've ever laid my eyes on is in this lake. I didn't think that they even could get them in here. Most of the big ones, they actually had to fly in with a helicopter. They couldn't even get on the roads. Now, back in the day, this kind of stretch road here, little windy stuff, this would be like an open, improved road, back in them days. You wouldn't even hesitate those. Over here to the side is a golf course. It used to all be a golf course, and that's how I learned how to play golf. Was on from mountainside to mountainside. It was the toughest course I think I ever played in my life. But we would literally tee off and putt on the other side of the mountain, so we'd have to come down and cross over, climb back up the mountain. It was a workout. All up and down the valleys. There's the boat ramp. Thing is, I found out about a lot of my cough is caused by my blood pressure medicine, actually. It's called Lisinopril is what I'm on. And a lot of people have to go off of that, apparently, because of the side effects of it. So, as soon as I get back home, I'm going to be going to the doctor and trying to have that changed. I just thought it was from my conditions and my smoking and other things, which most likely it is, but, you know, a lot of people's been telling me. You get up here in the hills of Kentucky, believe me, these people are like drug lords. Especially prescriptions. I mean, they're everyone on like 50 different pills a day. So they sure know all about the side effects anyway. These are just some roads going around the lake. But what we would do in the summer, we'd come up here and ride these roads here, and like on motorcycles, or we'd take our cars, you know, just cruise the lake road. That was the thing to do, you know. Pile all your friends and girlfriends in the car and cruise around the lake. There's a big swimming pool up here, a couple swimming holes, you know, to go to, but that's what we would do. A couple make-out spots along the way, you know, that kind of things, you know. A lot of wild animal, a lot of wild game. They used to have a gun range right up here. Oh wow, this is all changed here. Anyway, right back down to your left, or to your right there, was the swimming hole in the swimming pool. Alright, they changed this around. We're gonna go this direction because they probably took that road out. I don't know, we're gonna see. But you go up to the top of the gun range, and then you would start this road, you know, with all windy roads like this, but this was the one that always set in my mind as being the crazy one. And I hope it shows on here just how crazy it really is, if I can possibly find it and get on it. But it's not a long road, but it's something that would just tickle you. Figured I would just let you know about it and see it. So we're going on 17 minutes right now. Cut these mountains all out. These were all not cut out. They just done this not too long ago. No, I like I said, I don't come in here. I've been in here maybe 3 times since I left this area. So only Lord knows when they done it. I figured I would see if I could. I think I'm still in the right valley. I think I'm just climbing up this other side of it. Alright, I think I'm coming up to the top of the mountain now. So let's just get a glimpse up here and see where that road might go. Still trying my best to figure out how to do this. It's a big ball complex there. That wasn't there. That wasn't even up here. Alright, there's the road. Alright, if you look back over the mountains over here, that's the original top of the mountain there. So I remember the road coming down the side. So we go up to the top of the mountain there. So that I think we're still in that holler where the gun range was, but we're just up at the top of the mountain. And I believe that road came off that mountain down this way. So we must be having to go this way to find it. So I'm just trying to